full force, I mean, I think we're going to be pretty dangerous.
Given the way you guys use tight ends here, do you feel like you've got guys that want to keep the quick feet guys out there for you too?
Yeah, I do. I think you know, we do these summer workouts, and Coach Mick ranks guys as far as gold, and gold is the top tier. Those are guys that we want to hit all our goals. We need those guys to rely on, and I had 4 in my room. So we've got guys I think I could rely on in all capacities. Right. Now, I'm not going to get into all specifics. You go ask them who was gold.
I know you were talking about how it's a developmental position. Jelani Thurman's one of those guys coming. We've all noticed him. What's the difference from spring to now where he's grown?
Yeah, I think the challenge for all freshmen, right, including Jelani, is transitioning. After spring, we say, okay, you're not a young guy anymore. He doesn't have a black stripe on, right? So we treat him like an upperclassman. So now it's got to get past the what do I have to how do I do it, right, on every play. Okay, what do I have on this play? Am I blocking JT or am I running a route off of Lathan? Right, we do it all. And now it's how do I do it? And if he could consistently figure out, okay, how to do all those jobs, let alone what do I have, and then the third component is why do I have to do it, he's going to keep developing.
Where is he at with his blocking right now?
With his blocking, he's getting better every day. Continually to grow in that aspect. But no, he's getting better every day.
You have a couple guys in your room, Bennett and Zach, who can't play right now.
Sure.
How do you kind of work with those guys to kind of help them, support them, even when they can't play right now?
Yeah, kind of two different situations, right, Dan? I mean, Zach is in a little different boat than Bennett because he can't practice, right? And Zach's been like a second GA. We've got the best GA in the country in Sean Binks. Herb might be number 2 as far as mentoring the young guys and teaching those guys how to go. And then as far as Bennett goes, Bennett can't play on Saturdays, right? Bennett can play every other day of the week, and that's what he's been doing since January, right? He's been the best teammate, and you would not know if you just hit play on the film that this is a guy who can't play on Saturdays this fall.
Keenan, you were talking after the spring about just how much Cade had to play at the end of last year. It was like 70-something snaps.
Yeah, it was wild.
Do you feel pretty good now about your ability to spell him in that regard, to not have to play Cade like every meaningful snap of 11 personnel?
Sure. Yeah, and Bill, it was 58 snaps he averaged a game, and that was our blowout set. He didn't play in the second half, and that's an absurd number for a guy to go 4 to 6, A to B for 58 snaps a game. So if we could take maybe whatever 20, 30, whatever that number is, it's not a defined number, and divvy that up. We've got enough depth that I could put guys out there, to spell them. Cade deserves, and his team deserves, and his team needs Cade at his best later in the year, right? And that's what we're going to do.
Back to G, and I'm sure it's been, he's made strides in both areas, but do you think it's been more difficult for him to develop as a run blocker or a pass blocker?
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't think that there's one area. The blocking was the most developmental just because he was a receiver. I think pass blocking might be more difficult because you can't necessarily use your momentum. G's a violent guy, and if he could get his speed and in the run game going, he could really build momentum. Kind of pass blocking is more stagnant, so maybe pass blocking. Oftentimes you go up against defensive linemen and not linebackers, so probably there. Similar to G, he was a receiver in high school, right? And he was a really good one. So just his body movements, especially now. I mean, he weighs whatever, 250, whatever he weighs, and to be able to move like he does is pretty unique.
You mentioned violence with G. Are there other areas of his game where that shows up in terms of the issue of violence with his run block?
Yeah, I think route running. He's got a great twitch and super aggressive as well.
Bennett and Zach not available. How important